just kind of nodding his head and acknowledging how well Minigun is playing. Said, Minigun, you are crushing me, as Mini tries to brush it off. Nah, you're doing just fine. We'll move on to Yansu for our
like,
third
keep doing like
and
this.
perhaps final map. Let's hop in the game.
For the people who don't follow the WCS all that close, this is a really big best of 5. The winner of this series will go into WCS America Premier League Season 1 and secure himself of $2,000, while the loser, well, he's going to have to sit on the sidelines for a few months and wait for WCS America Season 2.
Bottom left-hand corner of Yansu, the blue Protoss player leading 2-0. He is Root Minigun, and he is looking great.
Yeah, game 1 he looked a little shaky. He got kind of lucky with the scout. Then he almost messed it up, and then just with a single pilot he turned the game around. But in game 2, that's the Minigun. We know that's the Minigun. I love to watch. He has a very, very cool stream. I think it's just twitch.tv/Minigun, or maybe Root Minigun. Either way, it's always on Team Liquid. If you check the sidebar, Mini is always on. Late at night, Pacific times. Awesome stream to watch. Very, very fun.
Top corners where we see Sarovati of Clarity Gaming. Sarovati, I gotta say, is playing great, but he's...
I think he's gonna cannon rush, man.
Based on the pylon placement? Oh, based on the probe.
Based on the probe.
Placement. Yeah, okay. Looks like it could be. Desperation moment here for Sarovati, who feels like this may be his only way into, or back into this series.
Minigun is not crazy. I love where he's building the gateway, Ben. This is something we were talking about the other day as well. Last time this happened to me and I built my gateway here again, I got so mad at myself and I said, if you build that gateway there one more time, you're gonna go to the gym. And then the fat me was like, oh, I'm never gonna build my gateway there again. Brownies forever, I'm gonna build my gateway on the bottom side. And that's what you want to do, because this is such an obvious cannon placement that if the cannons are in range of your gate, that can make the difference between getting 1 stalker out or 3 stalkers out, which can really save your game.
Mini knows what's up, and immediately he's gonna start playing defense. Cannon on the low ground is what Sarovati needs to cover this, but it's going to be very hard to make it work already. As
well, he shouldn't do this though. He shouldn't send these probes to the low ground, because that's a lot of lost mining time. I don't like how Mini is doing this.
I don't think that's going to work out at all. That cannon,
I actually think Mini
can't even be surrounded.
Like he can drop a single pylon here, and then this cannon is safe, and Minigun is losing a lot of mining time. I don't understand why he did that.
That said, if he can kill the probe in the main base.
Yeah, but there's another probe. He will kill this probe, but there's another probe coming in. Now he can still cancel this pylon. I don't understand why Minigun sent those 4 probes. This could actually work for Sarovati. It's far from over, because this has not been a flawless cannon rush so far.
Cannon doesn't actually cover the bottom cannon here, so Minigun's doing okay.
Yeah, he's definitely doing
one
fine.
cannon is not going to be enough to kill the Nexus.
But Minigun lost a lot of mining time as well,
sure
so I think that's going to delay his potential stalkers, or sometimes people say Mothership Core. I think stalkers is better. Just get a few stalkers, and then even if you eventually end up losing the Nexus, you can run across the map and do something there. Meanwhile, we have a couple of Harley Davidsons racing around. Zealot is going to run across the map. Sarovati should be aware. Sarovati is also transitioning out of this as well. Man, I actually think that Minigun is a little bit of trouble, man. Where didn't we see the exact same game a few days ago?
Yes, we did.
Who was it?
Was
it Huck Bills? No, right? No, that was straight up series.
I remember in game 1 Huck Bales, because Huck took the natural.
Ah, yeah, that's right. It was game 1 Huck Bills. This is a mirror image. Where we saw the player transition out of it a little while, and of course you can start being annoying, but in the end of the day, Minigun is going to lose a lot of mining time soon as his Nexus is down, and he's going to need to do some serious work over here on the other side of the map. But Sarovati did not overcommit in his cannon rush. I think Mini misplayed it a little bit, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it almost looks like this kind of a cannon rush is pretty damn effective at denying the Nexus, but Mini definitely wasted a few more resources than he had to.
Yeah. And right now he's down 3 workers. This Nexus is not up yet, so he's down 3 workers and he's not mining for 40 seconds. The stalker count, by the time Minigun makes his way across the map, is going to be even. The only thing he has going for him is a little quicker warp gate technology, but now we're talking about 10 seconds. I think Sarovati is in a fantastic position.
I have to agree with you. Minigun's Mothership Core comes forward and sees exactly what he's up against. A fully saturated 1-base Sarovati with a cannon nearby, easily able to cover. It's a bit frustrating for Sarovati, who's about to have a stalker out, which will chase away this Mothership Core.
And then Minigun is going to come back with his stalker, but then Sarovati is going to have a second stalker, and then Minigun is going to have to back up.
And the ebb and flow of defense.
Stargate is the follow-up for Sarovati, which I think maybe it's a little. I don't understand why he's taking so much damage on his Stalker, man. It's really a little sloppy. I think it's just the nerfs, because we don't want to be overly critical. Not every day will Sarovati play a best of 5 for $2,000, but you know, a Mothership Core cannot even shoot at the Stalker, or barely shoot, if you just run the Stalker away. There's no need to park your Stalker below the Mothership Core, especially not when it has energy to recall anyways. So an unnecessary Stalker loss there for Sarovati.
It was a Harley party outside, bro. These guys are jamming.
Sarovati is still in a good position. These Phoenixes should be able to do some work as well. It's kind of an awkward game to go into Phoenixes.
Minigun looks like he's going to try to 4-gate off of this.
Yeah, and I think that could potentially work, because Sarovati, I mean, Phoenixes are strong even in a 4-gate scenario, because you can just 4-gate yourself, and then the Phoenixes will like basically just go 1-for-1 with Stalkers and eliminate them out of the battle. And on a certain point, they cannot run away. They will be able to force the fight. It's kind of like Raiders in Warcraft 3. You can throw Ensnare.
Cool.
That's always what I thought.
Do you use them with Keeper of the Groove?
No, you use them with Farseer.
It's too bad.
Maybe with the Blade Master, but that's too mainstream.
Minigun starting to take a little bit of map control of his own, warping in some oh, and he's going to catch Sarovati's Stalkers out of position. This is terrible for Sarovati, and this could actually be curtains.
Yep, I think he's in a really bad position. Time Warp is going to go down.
On top of his ramp, I'm afraid, but he doesn't have any gas.
Yeah, but there's a pilot in his main base already. It sneaked in. I really don't know why he would play Stargate from this position. Like, he's economically ahead.
Oh, man. Sarovati can't catch a break 3 times in a row. He got himself in okay positions.
There's no photon overcharge either. I think Minigun is going to close the series out over here, Ben, and we're going to welcome him back to WCS America. Season 1, 2014.
Certainly very deserving. Minigun has dominated Sarovati here. Sarovati showed us some good games, some great builds, but Minigun, his execution was just impeccable, absolutely top-notch. The final fight going to go ahead and unfold here. Probes wading through this time warp very slowly. They are all going to be picked apart. Phoenixes will slowly die. The last of the Stalkers sure to go down as well. A single Void Ray is going to even join the mix, but it is not going to last long. If I was a Stalker, I'd like to meet a Void Ray.
Oh, in general you don't, trust me. Those Void Rays are scary. But if you're 10-on-1, Ben...
If I was a Stalker rolling with 10 of my homies.
I mean, yeah, 10 of us could even take on a K1 fighter. Actually, I'm not sure about that. We're pretty weak. Minigun is trying to micro his Stalkers out of this. He doesn't want to get trapped. He wants to play it safe, as this has been kind of a series of a couple of throws here and there. But he will be able to just chip away at these probes and slowly but steadily dwindle the probe gun down. And above all, he still has that pile in there. I really think it was a big mistake for Sarovati to A-play Phoenixes from this position on. Because I don't think that Minigun even necessarily wanted to 4-gate, as GG is called and Mini will win the series. I think normally you're afraid that your opponent is going to 4-gate you after this kind of stuff happens, because you know that he's going to be sitting on an economic lead. So you're like, oh, I need gateway units as soon as possible for myself, because otherwise I'm going to die to the pressure of my opponent. And Minigun was probably pretty surprised, like, huh? A Phoenix? Well, I guess then I'm going to try to 4-gate, and it was good enough.
Great play from Minigun, certainly very deserving. 3-0 makes his way into the Premier League once again, and I cannot wait to see how he does in group play. Guys, that does it for our best of 5s for the evening, but we still have a couple of replays from Kane versus Major to show you. We'll be doing that after a short break. Please don't go anywhere. The final games of WCS America when we return.